There are beings living among us who may not carry a soul. Have you ever felt that shiver down your spine when you cross eyes with someone who looks empty? As if, behind those eyes, there was no life, only a coldness that freezes your soul. Maybe it's a relative, a friend, or even someone in your family who, even though they're so close, conveys a deep disconnection, something you don't explain, but you feel deep in your heart. What if I told you that this is not just an impression? People who walk, talk, and smile, but lack that divine essence that connects us to the universal light? I'm going to reveal to you the 9 unmistakable signs of soulless beings, which will transform the way you see the people around you. By the end, you will have clarity to distinguish who is truly connected to the light, and who may just be playing a role, hiding a void that can impact your life. Hi, I'm Fernando. 7 years ago, I noticed something disturbing in my own family, something that made me question the essence of people I thought I knew. My Aunt Clara, for example, was always the center of attention, charismatic, talkative, with a smile that enchanted anyone. But behind that charm, there was something that bothered me deeply. When I looked into her eyes, I felt an emptiness, as if I were facing an endless abyss. It was as if the human warmth, that genuine connection we expect from someone close, simply did not exist. Her smiles seemed rehearsed, her words sounded like a well-trained script, and I could never feel truth in her presence. That feeling haunted me, but I didn't know what it was until I immersed myself in the study of spirituality. That's when I discovered something shocking. There are people who, according to millennial spiritual traditions, may not carry a soul. They live among us, they interact, but they lack the divine essence that connects us to the light. Have you ever felt this with someone? That intuition that something is out of place, as if the person is only imitating emotions but never really feeling them. Perhaps you have already noticed this in a relative, a co-worker, or even someone closer, and you have been wondering, why do I feel this emptiness? Today, I'm going to guide you through a transformative journey, revealing the 9 signs of soulless beings. These signs will help you identify who carries this spiritual disconnection and, more importantly, will teach you to protect your energy and cultivate relationships with people who vibrate at the same frequency as you. Get ready, because this discovery can change the way you see your family, your friends, and even yourself. Now that you're starting to open your eyes to this spiritual reality, let's dive into the 9 signs of soulless beings with details that will help you identify these people in your daily life. Pay close attention, because each sign is like a piece of a puzzle that can reveal deep truths about those around you. Let's start with the first sign, a lack of genuine empathy. Have you ever noticed someone who seems unable to put themselves in your shoes? Perhaps you shared a deep grief, such as the loss of a loved one, and that person responded with a, "Wow, what a pity, so empty that it sounded like they were reading from a condolence manual." These people can imitate emotions, but they never really feel it. They observe how others react and try to copy, but they lack the emotional connection that comes from the soul. Have you been through this? Mentally write down who came to your mind. The second sign is even more telling. Constant manipulation. Soulless beings are masters at using the emotions of others to get what they want. They know exactly what to say to convince you, whether it's with sweet words, exaggerated promises, or even tears that seem sincere, but deep down are just a show. Think about that person who always makes you feel guilty, or who manipulates you into doing things that go against your values. They don't care about the impact they have on you, because without a soul, they don't have the ability to feel the weight of their actions. Does this remind you of anyone? Now, the third sign is something that can give you goosebumps: total absence of remorse. These people hurt, lie, betray, and go on with life as if nothing had happened. Have you ever confronted someone for a cruel attitude and received only a cold look or an empty apology? They don't feel guilt because guilt comes from the soul, from the connection with right and wrong. While you dwell on the pain they caused, they are already focused on the next goal without looking back. This pattern is common in soulless beings, and recognizing it can protect you from cycles of suffering. But calm down, because the next signs will surprise you even more. The fourth sign is the inability to maintain deep connections. These people may have many acquaintances, but never true friends. They jump from relationship to relationship, whether friendship or love, because they cannot sustain bonds based on vulnerability and surrender. Have you ever noticed someone who always seems shallow, never really opening up? This is no coincidence. And the fifth sign, lack of emotional spontaneity. They can look robotic, as if they were following a script. Their laughter is forced, their reactions seem calculated, and you feel like you never see their true self. Because maybe that me just doesn't exist. Stay tuned, because the signs that come next will make you rethink every interaction you've ever had with certain people. They are more subtle, but incredibly powerful in identifying who carries this spiritual void. And there's more. At the end, I'm going to reveal such a shocking sign that it may be happening right in your house with someone you never suspected. Stay with me, because this journey is just beginning, and what you discover can forever change how you protect your energy and choose who you keep around. Now that you know the first signs, let's dive even deeper into this spiritual journey, bringing wisdom from ancient traditions and voices of experts who have studied the mystery of soulless beings. For centuries, ancient cultures such as the Siberian shamans, the sages of the Indian Vedas, and the mystics of ancient Egypt have warned of individuals who walk among us without carrying the divine spark, the essence that connects us all to the universe and spiritual light. These voids, as they are called in some traditions, are described as living bodies but devoid of a soul that vibrates with love, purpose, or cosmic connection. A Siberian shaman in ancient records said, "The soul is the flame that illuminates the gaze. Without it, the eyes are like dark wells, swallowing the light instead of reflecting it." Have you ever felt this when looking at someone? A cold that you don't explain, as if you were facing an emptiness that sucks your energy. A contemporary spiritual master, known as Kale, whom I spent years studying, reinforced this idea with a phrase I have never forgotten. Look into someone's eyes long enough, and the truth is revealed. The soul glows with warmth, but emptiness only consumes. This brings us to the sixth sign, lifeless eyes. This is one of the most powerful and disturbing signs. Have you ever looked at someone and felt that their eyes were opaque, dull, as if there was nothing behind them? It's not just a matter of facial expression. It's an absence of life energy. These eyes do not convey genuine emotion. They do not reflect the light of the soul. Try to remember, who in your life has this look that makes you uncomfortable, even for no apparent reason? This sign is so striking that once you notice it, you never forget it. The seventh sign is directly linked to spiritual traditions, lack of divine purpose. According to the teachings of the Vedas, every soul comes into the world with a mission, a call to evolve and contribute to the harmony of the universe. But soulless beings seem disconnected from this purpose. They live only for material pleasures, money, status, power, without ever pursuing anything greater, such as spiritual growth, connection with nature, or service to others. Have you ever met someone who seems obsessed with external achievements but avoids any conversation about meaning, spirituality, or the meaning of life? This disconnection is a clear sign. They may even laugh at anyone who talks about energy or soul, as if the subject bothers them deeply. And the eighth sign is even more telling, aversion to spiritual rituals or practices. In many cultures, such as Celtic traditions and Buddhist teachings, Practices such as meditation, prayer, or purification rituals are ways to strengthen the connection with the soul. But soulless beings tend to avoid these moments. They may mock meditators, call spirituality nonsense, or simply refuse to participate in any activity that involves introspection. Have you ever noticed someone who gets restless or aggressive when it comes to energy, chakras, or connection with the divine? This resistance is no coincidence. It is as if the absence of the soul makes them allergic to spiritual light. These signs, confirmed by ancient traditions and modern scholars, are like keys to unlocking the truth about the people around you. But the next sign, the ninth, is the most shocking of all, and it can be present in someone you see every day. It will make you question everything you thought you knew about who is in your home, at your work, or in your life. Stay with me, because this revelation is coming, and it will change how you protect your energy and choose your connections. Now, the seventh sign is something you may have ignored all your life: meaningless, repetitive behaviors. They follow rigid routines like robots without passion or spontaneity. And the eighth sign, a feeling of constant discomfort around them. Your body feels before the mind. But the ninth sign, this is the most shocking, and it may be in your house right now. Want to know what it is? I'll tell you. But first, I need you to reflect. Who in your life gives you this feeling of emptiness? Write this down, because the last sign will change how you see that person forever. When I discovered these signs, my life changed. I remembered Aunt Clara and realized that she exhibited almost everyone. Coldness, manipulation, dull eyes. Identifying this gave me peace. You can also have this clarity. The ninth sign is the inability to truly love. These people may feign affection, but they never deliver unconditional love. Recognizing these signs frees you from guilt, protects your energy, and helps you focus on genuine connections. Imagine living without this cloud of discomfort, knowing who really vibrates at your spiritual frequency. Now that you know the 9 signs of soulless beings, observe the people around you. But beware. There is something even deeper about these beings that I have not told. Do they know that they are like that? And if there's a way to help them, or to protect yourself completely? In the next video, I'm going to reveal an ancient secret that could change everything. Leave it in the comments. Have you ever felt this emptiness in someone? And don't forget to sign up and activate the bell, because spiritual truth never ceases to amaze.